always a little bit of risk to it. But yeah, he even said himself, like, unless you know for like almost like 90% certain that you've got this nailed down and you know exactly what your technique is, don't risk it. But it's not worth it.
But even he was taking bets, wasn't he? He was taking a bet that he could do it.
Yeah. But that's the thing, that because he works on it for so long. And that's what I mean when I say players like Pirlo, for example. Like, in my mind, I associate the Penenka with Andrea Pirlo. Like, and all right, he missed a few over the years, but for me, that's almost his signature. That's his penalty style.
Like the one he scored against England in the Euros.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So it's in those circumstances, if you've been working on it for so long, then yeah, go for it. If you're willing to actually put money on yourself scoring it, then yeah, go for it. But for the most part, I think it's too. I wouldn't do it. If I was standing there waiting to take a penalty, I would not do it, man.
What do you think of the what's his name? The guy at Chelsea, Jorginho and Bernardo,
Bruno Fernandes?
Yes, with that herky jerky thing.
The herky
sort of skip and jump sort of thing. Yeah.
Hop, skip and a jump, triple jump nonsense,
backflip and whatever.
I think
if I was a goalkeeper, I'd be like.
The thing that I find really weird with that one is wasn't there a rule where they said you couldn't pause your run up?
Yeah, there was.
So doesn't that penalty style break that rule?
I'd have thought so.
Technically, but they're not paused because I don't think they actually stop. Because
it was something like if you're running up to the ball and then you literally stop and kind of wait for the keeper to jump or to dive and then you just tuck it in the other way, that's against the rules, I think. But I think their approach to it is maybe within the rule. But then the rules change so much these days, I have no idea.
But doesn't Paul Pogba does that when he takes penalty? He runs, does this little kind of like if he's little shimmy, runs up, stops.
Do you remember when Paul Pogba took about like 10 minutes to run up to a penalty?
That's what I'm saying, which is why I was like, does he actually run? I'm almost certain he kind of does this kind of amble.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's not really a penalty. Like, Paul, today, please.
Yeah.
His legs will get tired and he'll fall over before you get to the ball, and that's so. That one is a bit weird because there's no pause. But it's just the longest penalty ever.
Yeah. But do you remember, like, back in the day when the advice for taking a penalty was literally put the ball down, know exactly where you're going to put it, don't change your mind, run up and put it there. That was literally it. It was simple.
I like the Mo Salah school of taking a penalty. Like that. You kind of know he's going to take it left-footed. He runs at an angle and he just blasts the ball in.
Yeah. I reckon I was thinking of Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy, like their penalties. That's my ideal penalty. Literally, just don't give the keeper a chance. Try and like smash the ball through the net if possible. And that's all you need to do, man. For me, it's just about scoring the goal.
Do you know whose penalty I used to absolutely rate? What's his name? Zidane. Zidane had this ability to actually put it into the side of the net. Like, you know, when you put it as far into the corner as the guy could possibly, and the thing is, to aim for there's a higher chance of missing because you're literally trying to, get into you're not going for the back of the net, you're going for the side of the net, the inside of the net, do you know what I mean? And he would place it top corner, like literally apex of the goal. And you'd be like, how did he do that? Or he's hit, or it's the roof of the net. So he's drilling it straight into the one place where the keeper can't get to. And so that was like, okay, this guy knows what he wants to do. His execution of the penalty is complete. There's no funniness. There's no trying to finesse it. He's just smashing it in, but he's smashing it to the one place he knows the keeper can't get to. And he did it for France. He did it for Real Madrid. He did it for Juventus. He was known for being a great penalty taker. Where are those guys now? Yeah. Where are those guys?
People trying to do Penenkas getting names for themselves because
hop, skip, and a jump.
Exactly. It's like,
the thing is though, like you're gonna go more viral these days if you miss a Penenka than if you score one, because so many people have scored them before. So it's not like all right, it's cheeky and you might get a few retweets, but you're gonna go global if you miss a Penenka, like as we saw.
Exactly. Does anyone care when you take a penalty? Does anyone care how you take it? As long as you score the goal.
I personally don't.
And those things like are nerve-wracking enough, because suddenly you fight to get an advantage. You got an advantage. You may miss, but more likely you are going to score. And if someone comes out trying to be all flash with a little, it's like, what the score, man? Because that's all I want. All I want is the 3 points. But there's too many people trying to do their little cheeky Penenkas now. So it's like, I'm like, football's tense enough. Just give me the goal.
But that's what I mean, though. Like, regardless what the scenario is, even if you're a top player and you do it in a crucial moment and you miss, okay, like, fair enough. A lot of people are going to dislike you for a long time. But you've got enough credit in the bank. Like you've already done enough.
Are you sure with all these fan channels now that you're not going to get dug out for it?
No. You will. Like that's what I mean. You will get dug out for it, but I don't think to the same degree as someone who isn't up there as one of the greats. You know what I mean? Like if the responsibility is on your shoulders, and this could potentially be the most important moment of your career so far, don't. Like, you know what I mean? Just focus. Just do the job that you need to do.
Too much swag.
Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be.
Trying to inject too much swag into it. Too much trying to look at me.
Exactly. I feel like the glory of getting the winner isn't enough anymore. They want something more than that. They want to be these internet superstars or whatever. That makes me sound so old. Jeez. But I think it's the case. It's not because you get that personal glory if you're the one who scores the last minute winner. All right, the team have won the game, but it was down to you. So yeah, what is our ultimate conclusion then? Do we actually care how these penalties are being taken? Or would we rather just get the goal?
Get the goal. As I said, I like the Mo Salah way of taking a penalty. Just score. Make sure you score. It's not cheeky. It's not audacious. It's 12 yards. I have 2 posts. I'm going to get it between the posts. That's what I'm going to do. Exactly. I'm going to get it in.
Exactly. And I would rather someone take that approach and miss, and that I'd be fine with that. Just as long as you've tried to just keep it simple and do what you know is the job. But if you overcomplicate it and you miss, then I'm not a fan of you. I'm sorry.
I'm not interested in that. I don't really want it. I just want to like drill it, get it in. Let's get the points. Whether it's points or whether it's the penalty or whether it's controversial. I would rather you score a penalty and then there's a controversial talk about what the penalty was awarded for than the actual penalty itself. I am not interested in the penalty. I want to know why, and let's talk about that.
Exactly. You work so hard to get it. Why throw it away?
Exactly. So what about free kicks then? We did just touch on it briefly then. Where are all of these free kick specialists that used to exist in the game? Like, I remember
there's currently one in the league, isn't there? What's his name?
James Ward-Prowse.
Yes.
Yeah. Like he is the only person in England that I can think of who is an actual free kick specialist. It's a shame that his all-round game isn't amazing. Because otherwise he would be on the radar of loads and lots of teams. But I mean, at Southampton, you don't need to be on the radar these days because they're doing bits. But I remember back in the day, like as a kid, man, I'd be whipping in free kicks all day long. Like just
where? How? When? Sorry.
In my living room, bro. In my living room, like down the hallway. But
who was the goalkeeper?
There was no goalkeeper, but I hit what could have been regarded as a side netting a few times, the inside netting, as Ken was alluding to, and I broke a lot of picture frames. I don't think I've managed to actually tear any of the.
Did you actually go out on the field or play?
A few times. I was never the designated free kick taker, because I'm a big like centre back. People don't usually put you as this free kick taker. But man, I had techers in my own home. Don't watch that. I was doing my thing.
You had takers in your own home.
you know who I used to miss, because to me, it wasn't even techers. Obviously, you had all the guys like, Sinisa Mihailovic at Roma. You had Alvaro Recoba, Inter Milan. You had lots of guys who were free kick specialists. But to me, the ultimate free kick specialist, and if you guys Google this guy, I'm sure you even remember him. Do you guys remember Juninho Penenka?
No.
Played at PSG. This guy could hit a free kick 30, 40, 13, 18, whatever. He hit free kicks from literally everywhere on the pitch.
You're talking about the... Yeah.
Do you remember him?
Yeah, wait. Is that the Juninho from... Wait, let me just...
PSG guy. PSG.
Yeah.
Him. He... Like, if all the listeners out there, the guys that they know I love my football, he was one of those guys I used to be like, if this guy's taking a free kick, this is going to be something outrageous. And they weren't like, they were never identical. Some of them would be 40 yards out, top corner. Some of them would be, they were 45 yards out, free kicks that would go into the bottom corner, or they dribble in, or they trickle in. Somehow he knew the keeper would not be able to get to that spot from this far out, 38 yards out. Okay, I'm going to swerve it around the wall, and it would be it would just come off the bar, and the keeper would just about miss. And you only think, did he measure this? Like, did he pull out a protractor and go, this curvage of this line needs to hit here, and the angle of the sunlight will blind the keeper? It was insane. Crispy, I'm telling you, Google this guy, Juninho Penenka.
I'm just seeing that he scored 75 free kicks in his career.
The man, that's the man.
Considered to be the greatest free kick taker of all time.
End of discussion. I'm done. I'm telling you, this guy was amazing. I thought he literally was measuring the distance between the sunlight and the top corner, so he knew exactly how we could do it. It was insane. It was actually insane.
Mental. Yeah, I want to see some highlights from it, actually.
So look, any fan that's out there listening to this here, just Google it and look at free kicks. If you want to know a free kick specialist, greatest ever.
Wow, he comes up when he's first in the search. Wow.
Yes, there you go. I'm telling you. This is how, and the thing is, so when you're talking about taking free kicks and stuff, this was something that I would try. So I always know, guys that used to play football with me, where we're in first year, Clay Hill holds a residence here, if you know Kingston, they know. I was trying stupid free kicks from the most outrageous distance, and they'd be like, "Ken, what are you doing? What? Oh, come on, man!" And then I'll sky the ball into row X to go over fences, to hit car parks and all sorts. And they're like, "Bro, come on, man! Why are you doing?" And I'm like, "No, come on, man! I can do this." Penenka, here I come! And they're like, "No." But yeah, he was the guy. He was to me, he was the guy. He is the guy. It's not even to me. He is the guy.
So you can imagine like how many hours of practice that must have taken to become that much of a specialist. Like, why do you think these kinds of players aren't around anymore? Like, why is the time not being dedicated to it?
Too busy trying to take Penenkas, mate.
Probably that simple.
I think that what the issue is now specifically with these footballers is that they have way too much time for social media. Free kicks aren't, I don't know, it's like the whole free kick thing they've lost the appetite for it. Like, and maybe the keepers are better. They're not getting in the positions. They're not getting awarded the free kicks as well. But because when you think about it, how many free kicks do you see regularly now within range of actually scoring? Like, do you understand what I mean? I remember the last time I thought, oh, this free kick, apart from the ones that you're talking about with James Ward-Prowse, are there any other free kicks that you thought, oh, this guy should be able to put this one in? Maybe if you bent it around the wall just right.
I've seen people crossing it rather than trying to.
Exactly.
I was going to say this. I think there's just so much emphasis on systems these days, and I think that the only Deadpool situations that are kind of worked on in training must be set piece routines that involve a lot of movement